Just I'm about to start to close. Okay, so please, I've started with the live stream. I'm wearing it. I haven't washed my hair.
Where's the other one?
I don't know. Just go and this thing.
Should I give you my Dura? Do you know Dura? You know Dura?
Okay, so live session has started, and I am just going to.
You know, you got news yet.
I'm begging. I'm doing live session.
This live here, you are looking at World Cup.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, Mukul, yeah, you're so much invited and all that. So yeah, let me just first of all share this with myself because I'd have to make sure everyone is aware that we are live. Okay, share the link to your friends and all that. Share the link. Share the link. So that um fantastic. You are all showing now. Let me know where you're watching from. I think that's the first thing I'd love to know. Just let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to be a part of, not to be a part, but I just love to know where you're watching from because yesterday's live session was fire. Today, look, it's going to be extra fantastic. All right. Okay, so earlier on, what I did was I dropped a number of designs on my YouTube, on my Instagram broadcast list. Okay, and I realized that a lot of you chose a particular design, which I'm going to actually design on this live session. So if you missed it, just make sure you are a part of my community, especially on Instagram, the broadcast list. Let me see if I can pull up the designs because there were a number of designs you guys choose, and at the moment, this is the one that is leading. Can you? Okay, you can't see my screen. Let me just. At the moment, this is what is leading. This is what is leading at the moment. And I was just thinking, well, if this is what you are all saying you want me to do, then I'm just going to design that for you. Okay. And if I flop, I flop. This live session is actually supposed to be engaging. So you can be dropping your questions. If you have any concerns, if you have anything you want to let me know, drop it in the comment section. I'll be reading it while I design. As easy and simple as that. We want to make sure this is engaging. So if you have anyone who's interested in Canva and they love to do stuff in Canva, look, I think the best thing you can do is sharing this link with them. Okay, so maybe let me just post the link in here as well. Okay, so that you can share the link with your friends. All right, so let me get started. Okay, no. I shouldn't just close it. I should, in fact, let me just open it again. Okay, so that I can have it on my second screen while I design. So from this design, what can we see? There are a number of things, in this design that I think are very interesting. And oh shit, my goodness. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Community disturbances and all that. So I was just saying that this design has a lot of interesting things attached to it, and I believe there are certain things we can also do to improve the design. Okay, so this is what I'm just going to do. I'll just move it to my second screen over here. All right, and the next thing we'll do is just to come here, choose 1080 by 1350, and create new design. Okay, yeah, so easy peasy. We should kill this in the next I don't know how many minutes this is going to take me, but I just hope within 20 minutes we should be able to kill this. Okay, so let's get started. Since Canva is lucky, everything is loading. One thing I think you should always pay attention to before you design anything in Canva is make sure everything is loaded. And yes, your request has been accepted. any, your request has been accepted. That was one of the comments that stood out to me. So just in case you're watching me and you know you have a design you want me to make, just make sure you're leaving it in the comment section, because I always come back to ensure that I'm picking your request and designing it. Okay, so if you want me to design something in my next live session, something specific, make sure you're dropping it in the live session. Okay, no, in the comments. Did I just say live session? Okay, so that's by the way, everything is loaded. So let's get started. The first thing from the design, and I think let me do this also to make it interesting. I don't know why I just feel like this is going to be successful. Okay, so we can see from this design there are a number of things in here. Okay, we'll start from the background. The background is basically purple. Okay, so we just come here, come into colors and choose the background. Canva has already generated the colors for us, and there are some portions where we may not use the exact Raf, you are welcome back. There are certain portions where we would add our own vibes and all that to it. Okay, so I'll come into element and we'll just search for the ladies. So I'll just search for Afro lady. Okay, or if I don't get any, I can just do African lady. So I'm not really getting this thing, so I'll just say maybe select the African lady. If you are below 18 years, make sure some of the words you're not paying attention to them, because I don't want you to be using certain words. Okay, so we can see we have some nice photos in here, but we want something similar to what we have. Okay, so let's see if we'll find something interesting. Funny enough, after I had my bath getting ready for this particular live session, what I realized was that I just forgot I was supposed to have a Zoom call with a prospect. So I missed it. I didn't even cream myself, nothing at all, and just jumped on the Zoom session. And I was like, well, even though I've forgotten what I'm supposed to, or what the call was about, we'll just have it as if we are so much prepared. Okay, I don't know, I don't want to use this search, but with how things are looking, I just have to use it. Okay, so in this case, even though there's an African lady in here, I'm not really getting an African lady, so I'll just go with anything I can find. Okay, that can also help to make this, because it's a club, so funny enough, I haven't been to the club before. I'm just putting this out there. Okay, so my Instagram is African Geeks. Okay, so let me drop it quickly. African Geeks. Okay, so that's African Geeks. So let me do it at African Geeks. Okay, so that's my Instagram. Okay, fantastic. So let's see if we can find something. So we just move quickly, and so I don't waste your time with too much talks. Okay, so I think this one should help us. Please, if you are beyond, or if you are below 16 years or 18 years, close your eyes, okay? Because there are certain things you shouldn't be used to seeing. All right, okay, so I'll use this image. We will first of all come here and remove the background. Okay, so we can see background has been removed, and I believe it's one of the main things we needed. So I'll make the size bigger and position it somewhere here. Okay, and we have some interesting things and some interesting stuff in the background I think we can use. Okay, so we'll come into element and I'll just search for curves. Okay, so curves, and we should get some interesting curves and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'll need something like this. This should also work for me. This should also work, and let's see. Okay, this should also work. Okay, and okay, I will check, Raf, I'll check your Instagram out. Okay, so we are working on the background right now. Let's do that. Maybe this over here would also come here, would increase the size. Okay, and one thing I'll just appreciate from you all is if you can share this live with your other Canva friends. If there are some work colleagues you have who also use Canva, just let them know that African Geek is live and he just wants you to join him. Okay. Okay. So just let me just work on the background. Well. Okay. So I'll increase the size and send it back. And I would. Oh, my light just went off. Let me just do that quickly. Okay, so I will just maybe change the color to a lighter purple over here. So we'll just come here to light purple. Okay, which is cool. And maybe we'll do the same for all of these elements. So we'll choose the light purple for all and change the color for all. Okay, this can be maybe somewhere here. We'll send it back. Okay, and yeah, then I'll search for brush strokes. Okay, so brush stroke in here. Okay, so the keyboard shortcut is you use the control key plus the square bracket. Okay, so just in case you don't know what the square bracket is, let me just, this is the square bracket. This, so the opening square bracket and the close square bracket. So control plus any of this should either send your design backward and forward, depending on the one you are pressing. Okay, yeah. So brush strokes, we have brush strokes over here, and I would just use this, increase the size and position it here. Okay, so depending on what is interesting, if there's not interesting, we can just use maybe this one. Okay, depending on the one that works properly. Okay, yeah. And I will change the color to a lighter yellow. Okay, something like this should be okay. Fantastic. Hello Mimi. Now you've made me shy. So we'll just have it like this, and we'll duplicate we'll duplicate the brush strokes and reduce the size, and I think we'll just move it backward over here. Okay, so we are just building on things at the moment. The design doesn't really look good, to me, and I'm also sure to you it doesn't also look good. So what we just do is I would remove one of these backgrounds, this line stuff. Okay, and I'll maybe put this one over here. Would improve things later on, so you shouldn't put so much pressure on yourself. Okay, nice. So I will just increase the size of this, and maybe I'll move this one down here for now. Okay, and maybe this one also over here. And I think, yeah, then we'll come and search for leaves. Okay, maybe, yeah, let me just search for leaves and see. So leaves, and we'll see if we can find interesting leaves. So we have these leaves, so I can put this one here, duplicate it, using Control D, and I'll use the flip horizontally, vertically, position this also here, and we'll add some variations as well. So I will send it backward, and bring this forward and move this back, and I'll duplicate this, and I'll use the flip. Okay, so flip, no, let me flip it again, horizontally, maybe position this here. Okay, so just you can also ask me questions in the chat, because I just don't want this to be as if I'm just talking. So if you have any question, make sure you're dropping it in the comments, so that I can pick it up and just answer your questions while I design. Okay, so let's get cracking, or let's just continue. Okay, so what we are realizing from here is learning for better use Photoshop, again, because with can't edit it, can't design order to. Well, I wish I could understand what you just said. Okay, so some of the leaves are behind her, some are in front of her and all that, which I think is cool. Then one thing we also need to consider is the fact that we are not using the same dimension. Depending on the dimension you're using in a design, you have more space to work with. You can realize this is the 1080 by 1080 dimension, especially for this design, but we are using the 1080 by 1350, So if it gets to a point where I feel like, nah, I'm not really getting enough um, space or enough space on my design, what I'll simply do is I will just, resize the whole thing. Okay. So I'll press T on my keyboard for a text. Okay. What's happening? Okay. And I'll move it here and we'll just say Afrobeat. Okay. So this lady has to be a black lady we are going to use, if we are going to say Afrobeat. But we'll just say it, because at the end of the day, we are making our design. So Afro, and I'll increase the size and duplicate it, and we'll say beat. Okay, lovely, lovely. I'll position this here, increase the size. Okay, now I think, this is looking messy. So resize, I'll just resize the whole thing. Look, we'll just resize the whole thing. So I'll resize it to 1080 by 1080 and resize. There are two options. You can either do copy and resize, or you can just do, just resize, which would keep everything the same way they are. Okay. So, yeah, let's do something. So I will change my text, okay, to something heavy. If you are on the free version of Canva, what you can do is you can search for Anton. Anton is one cool font you can use. Okay. Please, where can I get edit photo on the mobile app? On the mobile app, I would have to check. I actually uninstalled the mobile version of Canva for my phone some few days ago. So I would have to check for you. Okay. Yeah, but it should be there. Okay, so we can use this font and I'll change the color to white. Okay, so it stands out. So maybe Afrobeat. But if you don't like it, I'm on the pro version of Canva, sorry. So I'll just go in for Champion Got It because I uploaded this font actually in Canva. So I'll use it because I just love the vibe of this, this text. Okay. So Afrobeat, and we'll put it down over here. Okay. I'm checking. It's like I'm reading and also designing at the same time. So don't worry. I'll attend to your questions shortly. Like really, really, like shortly. I'll really attend to your questions shortly. So you should just pardon me if I'm not really reading your stuff right now. Okay. So I would, maybe position this, increase it a little bit more. Okay. Have this here. Bring this, maybe I'll just keep this here and have this, rotate it a little bit and move it upward over here. Select, I'll just move this up and make it extra bigger. Okay. Now we can see that the text has some effect to it and it has some shiny lights around it. That shouldn't be a problem. So what we'll first do is we'll first of all work on the text effect. So I'll come into effect and we can use glitch. Okay, we can actually use glitch, and we would also need to have in mind that in Canva you may not be able to do exactly remove your dirty legs. Nonsense. Are you crazy? So in Canva, sorry, I have a friend over here who is just messing up with me. So sorry if you are you are just surprised. So what you should realize is that you may not be able to achieve some of the things you'd see from designs that have been done in Photoshop. Okay, so just you just have to find your way around it. I will use maybe this one, and the offset would increase the offset a little bit. Okay, so the offset, increase it, and we use the direction to just redirect everything. Okay, so you can, it's really not the best, but we'll just stick to what we have at the moment. Okay, so this should be cool, and maybe I can move this one to the top a little bit. Okay, just to create some sort of overlap. Yeah, increase the size and move it here. Okay, here, move it here. Then I'll bring these leaves to the front. Okay, so we have something interesting like that. Okay, and I will reduce the size of this, bring it down here, duplicate it over here, duplicate it also over here, send it behind the lady. Okay, so you can see what we are currently doing. I think we are getting somewhere. Okay, so just to emphasize on the lady, I would crop her and make her bigger. So there are two ways. You can make her bigger, or you can still leave it the way it is. But I just think I want to emphasize on her a little bit. So to do that, we just would make her grow big. If you're a fan of Power Rangers, there's always when they defeat any enemy, there's one thing that always get to happen. It said, make them grow. Sorry, I expected this to be. Okay, so let's add our information down here, and with this, I'm going to use a secondary font, which is thank you, Raf. Thank you for your support. Okay, so with this, what we'll just do is we'll change it to a secondary font, which is Poppins. I'll use Poppins, or we can use any other one, but I just think Poppins should work well with this particular one. Okay, so hosted by MC Cool Guy. We would also say the same thing. Hosted by. Okay, so hosted by. Okay, and I'll position it here. Duplicate it. Okay, so I'll just duplicate this and bring it here. And the DJ, let me use someone's name from the stream. So we have Rufiat Hassan. So I'll use Rufiat's name. Yeah, Canva is actually so versatile, and the fact that you can use it for so many things is what makes it cool. So I will use Rufiat's name for the DJ. So he's the one going to, host this event. So please let us know where we can get the tickets and all that if you are still with us here on this live stream. Okay. So I would increase the size and would add DJs on rotation. So I think with the DJs on rotation, what I'll do is I'll duplicate this and move it also here and send it to the back. Okay. So I would duplicate this and bring it here. And I'll just say DJs on rotation. Okay, not DSDJ. Fantastic. So I would also position this here. Okay, we don't necessarily have to stretch it out since they are similar stuff. You can't hear me. Kindly let me know in the hello everyone. If you can hear me, let me know. If you cannot hear me too, please let me know. I want to be sure you cannot hear me. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me in the comment section, because it's just weird. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me. So what I'll do is, with the DJs on rotation, I'll just have it at the bottom over here, select everything and move it up a little bit. Okay, so duplicate this, position it here, reduce the size since the emphasis is not really going to be on them. If that's the case, then with the titles over here would also reduce the size, like the sizes of them. Okay, so let me zoom in and position this here. So I still want to know if you can hear me. Kindly let me know in the comments. Okay, drop it in the comment if you can hear me. Okay, so I'll use your names as the DJs. So we have Eni. Okay, ENEBEOLISA. Okay, as the DJ number 1 over here. So I'll say DJ DJ Enibolisa. Okay, if I roasted your name, pardon me, but it's part of it. Okay, so the second name is Mimi Tyson. So DJ Mimi Tyson. Oh my goodness. MMIETHERSON. Okay, so DJ Mimi Tyson would also be here. Select everything. The sizes are too big because we are running out of space. So we would reduce it and duplicate it again. And whose name? Hey, DJ. Oh my goodness, DJ. Nope. Cyrus. Oh my goodness. CYRUS. Look, you all should check Cyrus out. He also has like a fantastic Canva, a channel where he also talks about Canva and all of that. So check him out. Okay, check him out. You should check him out. Okay, so we have three fantastic DJs in here. The color is competing. It's very difficult to see because yellow, white, they are two bright colors. So you'd want to change the colors. Okay, so what we can do is we can change the color, to a purple. Okay, all the names should be in purple. But you can see when we change this to purple, it's now very difficult to read. So to solve this problem, we'll just duplicate this and maybe move it down here. Okay, and send it behind. Alright, just to fix the issue. Then I'll duplicate this and maybe bring it here. Okay, so something like this should work. Then we realize that there are some, how do you call it, there's this QR code in here. We also have sponsors and all that. We have the date as well. So let's do that. So I'll just search for QR code. Okay, so QR code, and we should just get some dummy QR codes in here. Please don't scan it with your phone. If you scan it and it takes you somewhere, I warned you. So please make sure you are not scanning this QR code. Okay, fantastic. Then I'll change the color to white, and we'll just send it behind the QR code. Make sure everything is aligned properly. Okay, and I would reduce the size. So this is what I would do, and reduce the size, and let's group them using Control G. So Control G is for grouping elements. Okay, so we can just position it here and increase it. Okay, so I will drop this more, or I can even bring this on top of the QR code. It should still work even if you scan. Okay, it should still work. Then what we are going to do is now have the date, time, and stuff like that. So this is the twist I would add. Okay, I wouldn't want the date to be so big, even though we'll still emphasize on the date. Okay, so I will duplicate this, position it here, and I would duplicate this as well, have it in here, bring this here, and the date we can say 29th September. 29th September, and we'll just position this here. Okay, we would want the size to be a little bit bigger, and I'll move this one to the top a little bit. Okay, so the beats and these titles, what I'll do is I'll make them go behind, so that we just to create that vibe. So this is the date and the time. So let me just see event details. Okay, and have it like this. No one is asking me any question. The comment section is just so boring right now because I'm not feeling your energy. I'm not feeling, oh my goodness. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll just duplicate this and bring it down in here. Okay, and I'll just click away, and would add, what can we even add again? So we can add a special announcement in here. So this can go at the top over there, and we will just add maybe where they can register. So register or registration details. Okay, so details, and I'll put this over here. Okay, so we'll just say maybe if you have a website, www. registerhere.com. So registerhere.com. Okay, and we'll reduce the size. Obviously, we would have to reduce the size. Okay. Registration details. In fact, I think I'll have to reduce the size of everything here. So let's do that quickly. So register, and I would reduce the size, okay, to something like this, which I think is now making it cooler, okay, and I would drop it here. I can see purchase ticket at entrance. Okay, because sometimes that's what they do sometimes, at least from what I have realized. So we would select or come here and reduce the size, okay, the line spacing over here. Okay, so right now there's something I'm realizing, there's a problem I am realizing, and this is what I'm going to do, just to ensure that it's very easy to realize these are two different things, especially like the website, okay, the website and the purchase tickets. We want to make sure these are people are really understanding what we are doing. So I can add, an arrow, okay, so maybe an arrow or a triangle. I think triangle should work. In fact, I haven't used the Canva assistant for a very long time. Let me use it. Triangle. Okay, so triangle, it should add that for us. Let me close this one up. Okay, so that we can really indicate that these are two different information. I'll put this here. Come into color and change the color to white. Okay, I think it's too big, so I would reduce the size, duplicate it, and bring it down here. Okay, and select everything and move it in. Alright. Okay, select. Okay, so I think there's a question in the chat. Well done. I'm just trying. How did you achieve the color spread? Okay, so I just searched for brush stroke, okay, in Canva, and I got it. So that's all I did. And thank you for joining. Okay, so we'll add some special information in here saying that maybe free drinks for all ladies. Okay, because again, it's another thing that gets to happen a lot. Ladies get to enjoy so many things. So free drinks for all ladies. For all ladies, I think this should be cool. Okay, so I will close it up and drop it this like this, and I'll use the italic, okay, just to make it look cooler. All right. Okay, then we'd also add the same effect to it. Okay, so I would come here and I would apply the same effect. If possible, the offset, I would want to increase it more. Okay, and just to make this more of like a casual something, I would rotate it like this, increase the size. Okay, then with this one can remain straight. Okay, so that's something I'll just want to do. Then I think another thing is the lights. There are some lights and stuff in here, so I'll come here and I'll search for light. Okay, into element and search for light. There are so many lights you're going to actually get. All right, so depending on what we are doing, we can see we have a lot of yellow. So I will first of all decrease first, send it behind the B. Okay, duplicate it, maybe position it here, reduce the shiny stuff. Okay, duplicate it again, maybe position it here, duplicate it again, position it. I can also make this actually smaller and this smaller. Add another type of light, maybe the ladies glasses. No, not her glasses. Okay, she's wearing, a chain or something. Yeah, she's wearing a chain. So we'll place it in there just to give the impression, she's wearing some blanks. You get it? So yeah. Then what I think we can also do is we can have some book. Is it bouquet or something like that? Okay. You can add. It's called bouquet. So Bokeh. I think that's supposed to be the name. So we can have. Nah, this one is too some way. I'll rather come into photos, and in photos, this is what I'm going to do. I think there's something you would want to consider if you would follow this at the end of the day. So I would bring this here and we, increase the size like this. Right click, layer, layer, show layers, and now just move it all the way to the down. Okay. Then I'll come into edit photo. I would actually check. Maybe let me even do this. Where's my phone? Let me try downloading Canva right now. Okay, on my phone, so that by the time I'm done, it might just finish downloading, so that I can answer some of the questions that has to do with the Canva mobile. Okay, so where's my app store? App Play Store. Okay, so it's loading. Let me search for Canva, because I just want to ensure that you all okay. So it's installing. You can see I have it installing right now. Oh, maybe you didn't see it, but it's currently installing. You can see. Yeah, that's just by the way. So let's continue. So I'll come here because I don't want a lot of attention to go on the background. I would add some blurriness to it. Okay, then I would come to transparency and reduce the transparency a little bit. Okay, then what else can we add? Maybe a phone number. Sometimes we just add certain things just to let you know that, oh, this is what we are going to do. Okay, so I would maybe stretch this out and add some let's see, for 18 plus, blah blah blah. Hello, Amanda. Wow, now this is getting tensions. So this event is only for persons over 18 years. Okay, let me just do 18 plus. Okay, just so we are just giving some warnings, because there are some young people sometimes who would want to venture into such things. Meanwhile, it's not for them. So we just have to add some warnings in there, and maybe I can rotate this and maybe bring it here and just send it behind the lady. Okay, increase the size, send it backward, and I think we have something cool in here. Then we have some social media stuff. At the moment, I don't know where this social media stuff is going to be at. I do not know. Okay, but let's see. I think I grouped this thing. Let me move this here. Okay, I grouped it because it's not really looking even. So I'll ungroup using Control Shift G. Okay. Yeah, I think it's now grouped. So we'll just group it back and move this element maybe somewhere here. Okay. What did I say I wanted to add? I've forgotten what I wanted to add. I can't remember. Like social media icons. Social media icons. So I'll come here, search for Facebook. Facebook, though, people still use Facebook. I doubt. Because Facebook is now for the older generation. I don't know. Maybe some of you still use Facebook. But, well. And I think now it's become more of like, especially for young people, I don't know, I'm just saying, it's now more of like for running ads and stuff like that. Because if I want to run an ad, I'll definitely run it on Facebook, not Instagram. Because what I've realized is when you run ads on your page, it gets to affect your organic growth. That's what happens. So I'm just letting you know, just in case. So we have Facebook. The bed over here is dead. We now have X. So someone should upload a better, the updated logo, because it's now x.com. It sounds weird sometimes if you're saying it. X.com. Very bad. X.com. Anyway, I didn't buy it, so that's what would happen. Okay, so let's just work on the colors. All the colors. You can't see anything now, but don't worry, you see it soon. We'll just come here, and I literally do not know where to place it, so I will place it here, and maybe I can. Let me group it. I don't know where to place this thing. I don't. Okay, so I think this would be the best place. I'll move this one to the top. Okay. And maybe move this one here. And I'll just duplicate this, bring it here, and I'll just say follow us. Okay, so follow us, and we'll move this here and move this here. So this is what I think would make the whole thing work. Let me reduce the size, and yeah, exactly. So this is what should work. If it's not working, you can let me know in the chat, whether here or here, I don't know. But this is what I believe works. Okay, yeah. So select and move it down. My goodness. So one of the struggles sometimes is selecting multiple elements at once. You see what's happening? I really don't know what's happening. So maybe I'll just move this down first. Come here and move this one also down. Okay. And yeah, this is what we have at the moment. Let me know if it's been killed. So this is the original design. Okay, this is the original design, and this is what we have been also, like, this is what we have done. So let me set this as background. Okay, so this is the original design. This is what we did. Maybe there's one thing I would want us to do, is to edit this photo a little bit. So I would increase the temperature, the tint, maybe something like this, brightness a little bit. The contrast should be more, so just so we are separating the brighter side from the darker side. Okay, so increase the brightness, the contrast, the shadow just a little bit. The white, I would want to reduce the whites a little bit, the blacks more. And at this portion, we want to thank you so much, Nikhil. So at this point, we want to also boost the colors. So with the saturation, the vibrance would increase it more. Okay, just so we have something nice. Okay, so for the last time, I just want to check and see if I would find any African lady, because we are saying Afro beats, so let me say African. I wouldn't say what I'm searching for, because you can just read it, but I wouldn't mention it. Okay, because I want to see if I'll find something that will fit. If there isn't anything that's fitting, we'll just leave it the way it is, because this is just to give you an idea of how things can be done in Canva. And as I'm wrapping up, I'd just love to know what you would like me to design next. Okay, so just in case there's something you want me to design in the next live stream, which probably might be tomorrow or Monday, just let me know in the comment section. I'll look at it so that I can start preparing myself for it. Okay, so let's see if we find anything. If not, we'll leave it as it is. Okay, let's do a sport poster next. No problem. Are you teaching this for pro version? You can actually use this, design this on the free version of Canva if you're on the free version. And you can also design this on the pro version of of Canva. The only difference is that if you're on the free version of Canva, you just have to really look out for free elements. Okay, that's the only thing. If you're not really getting some free elements you're looking for, you can search on other websites download them, import them in Canva. That's the only thing. You get it? Yeah. So I think we are not really getting anything. You're not really getting anything. So yeah, this is what I would say we have been able to do today. Another thing I would also want to say is that just in case you're looking for my template and stuff, there's a link in the description. Okay, you should be able to find my templates, free Canva template. They are all free. Just find them there and use them. Okay, and yeah, I think it is what it is. We've been able to do what we have to do. I am excited. This wasn't a fail because one of the things I get, I get scared about is the fact that I can easily flop on these live sessions because it's not like a planned pre-record or something that I can cut stuff out of this. But this was successful, and I think we've done a great job. If you agree, let me just hear you. I want to feel you in the chat. Okay. So yeah, I think it is what it is. We've done a great job, and I am excited. This is nice. So, do you have any questions? Is that free Canva Pro? Yeah. That's the yeah. That link should lead you to Canva. Okay, so what it does is that if you haven't tried the free the pro version of Canva before, it should work for you because Canva gives 30 days stuff. How is it called? 30 days free trial, but this one gives you 45. Because they had to at least do us some good. Okay, so yeah, that is with it, and yeah, it is what it is. We've been able to design something very cool. The name is Benjamin. Are there flares on Canva? Yes, there are flares on Canva. What you can do is you can search for lights. Okay, lights, and in light, just come to graphics. Okay, you can come to graphics. In there, you should find. Some of them are pro. Actually, a number of them are pro version. Okay, and there are a number of free versions in here. For example, this one is free. Okay, there are so many free versions in here, but you should also know that you'd face some pro version if you're looking for high quality stuff. Oh wow. Oh wow. We've improved our design. And I am so happy that we've been able to design this. This is the final design. Let me know if we killed it. This is the original design, and we redesigned it in Canva. This is what we did. I think we've been able to do something, and thank you so much for joining me in today's live session. The next one can be tomorrow or Monday. I'm not really so sure about it, but it is what it is. Thank you, and I should see you in my next tutorial. I'll be dropping a video tomorrow, so make sure you are looking out for that as well. Okay, thank you so much, and peace out.